Cleveland Indians baseball is on the air. We're at Fenway Park in Boston as the Indians take on the Red Sox. Yesterday's game was rained out, and the Red Sox won Friday night. Probably read in the paper by now, but the Indians and the Red Sox pulled off a big trade after Friday's game. The Indians traded Sonny Siebert, the immortal Joe Askew, and Vicente Romo in return for Ken Harrelson, the Hawk, Dick Ellsworth, and Juan Pizarro. Ellsworth and Pizarro have each been around for a while. Cleveland's starting lineup today will be Jose Cardinal leading off in center, Russ Snyder hitting second in right, first baseman Tony Horton batting third, Duke Sims catching, batting fourth, Zoilo Versailles playing shortstop, batting fifth, Vern Fuller playing second base, batting sixth, Max Elvis playing third, batting seventh, Richie Scheinblum in left field, batting eighth, and Sam McDowell pitching, batting ninth. Boston's starting lineup will be George Scott leading off at third base, Dick Schofield at second base, batting second, center fielder Reggie Smith batting third, shortstop Rico Petrocelli batting fourth, right fielder Tony Conigliaro batting fifth, left fielder Carl Yastrzemski batting sixth, catcher Russ Gibson batting seventh, first baseman Dalton Jones batting eighth, and making his first appearance as a member of the Red Sox, Sonny Siebert batting ninth. He'll be pitching. Boston and Cleveland have each gotten off to a pretty shaky start. The season's about 2 weeks old. And Cleveland's in fourth place with a 3-6 record. And Boston's a half game behind them in fifth place with a 3-7 record. Boston's defense beat Dalton Jones at first, Dick Schofield at second, Rico Petrocelli at short, George Scott at third, Carl Yastrzemski in left, Reggie Smith in center, Tony Conigliaro in right, Russ Gibson catching, and on the mound, Sonny Siebert making his first start as a member of the Red Sox. It's a chilly day here at Fenway. 48 degrees, clear skies, and the winds are out about 10 miles an hour. They've shifted a bit, and now they're blowing in from the Green Monster. Leading off for Cleveland is Jose Cardinal. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Cardinal takes first. Russ Snyder batting second. He's hitting 192. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. Here's the first pitch. Curveball. Snyder hits a fly ball down the right field line. Fair. Or foul. Out of play. Strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Cardinals off. He's in there easily. Pitch was called a strike. But Cardinal had them beaten all the way. That's his 3rd steal of the year. There's the 0-2 pitch to Snyder. Ball 1 outside. The 1-2 count. Fastball just below the belt. Strikeout. That's Siebert's first strikeout. Tony Horton, first baseman. He's hitting .353, 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. Runner on second, 1 out. It's a ground ball to short, to first, double play. Cardinal held at second. Duke Sims, he's hitting .200, 1 home run, 1 run batted in. Strike on the inside corner. With Askew gone, Sims will probably be the Indians' primary catcher. It's the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1, high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball to Sims, strike 2 at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Cardinal at second, he'll be going with the pitch. There's a curveball. Inside, ball 4. Sims walks. So we have runners on first and second. 2 out. There's Zoil Oversize. Sitting 172, no home runs, 1 run batted in. Ball 2. Let me see. Yeah, Askew had got off to a pretty good start. He's hitting .333 with the Indians. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 1, or strike 1. Oh. Size thought he had ball 4. 3 balls, 1 strike. Curveball. Ball 4. That's the 3rd walk of the inning. Vern Fuller steps in. He's hitting 167, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. Strike 1. It's the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's a breaking ball. It's down the left field line. Going. It's off the wall. No, that's a home run. It bounced in from the net. Yaz crashed into the wall. He's hurt, but he looks like he's walking it off. Vern Fuller, his first home run of the year, is a grand slam. The Indians lead 4-0. It's Max Elvis, he's hitting .333, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. Pops it up, Gibson's under it, and he's got it. Boston gets 4 runs on 1 hit, no errors. No one left. After 1/2 inning, Cleveland 4, Boston coming to bat. In the field, Cleveland has Tony Horton at first, Vern Fuller at second, Zoilo Versalles at short, Max Elvis at third, Richie Scheinblum in left, Jose Cardinal in center, Russ Snyder in right, Duke Sims catching, and Sam McDowell on the mound. McDowell is 1-1. He's pitched 16 innings. He's given up 8 hits. He's walked 12, and he has struck out 14. He has a 2.81 ERA for the year, a whip of 1.250, and the opposing batters are hitting .151 against him. For the Red Sox, it'll be George Scott, Dick Schofield, and Reggie Smith. George Scott hitting .297, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. It's a grounder to short. Versalles up with it, throws to first. Bang, bang, play. Scott is safe. Dick Schofield, he's hitting .143. 1 home run, 1 run batted in. Or no home runs, no runs batted in. Strike 1 at the knees. The 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball. Catches the inside corner. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strikeout. Reggie Smith, center fielder. He's hitting .351. 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Catches the corner, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fastball, ball 1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Smith hits a fly ball to center field. Cardinal's there, waits for it. And he's got it. 2 outs. Here's Rico Petrocelli. He's hitting .250, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Strike 1, just caught the corner. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch is curveball. Petrocelli bloops 1 into center field. That's a base hit. Scott's going for third. And Cardinal throws it into the cutoff man. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Curveball, inside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch, too high, ball 2. Strike 1 called. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Strike 2 called. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Can you get it's a base hit to center field. Scott scores. Petrocelli's going for third. Cardinal throws it in. Still have runners at the corners. Sounds like the players' names that I had edited did not carry over to the new edition. Here's left fielder Carl Yastrzemski. He's hitting .226, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. It's a fly ball to right field. Snyder's there, and he puts it away. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 1 in Boston. Cleveland 4, Boston 1. For Cleveland, it'll be Richie Scheinblum, Sam McDowell, and Jose Cardenal. It's Richie Scheinblum. He's playing left field. He's hitting .222, no home runs, 1 run batted in. It's the 2-2 pitch, fastball. Hits it on the ground. Schofield's there. Backhands it to first, 1 out. Schofield, he's been around for a long time. He was a bonus baby back in 1953. He's 34 years old, and he's played for about 17 years, it looks like. He's been a role player most of his career, but it looks like he got in some decent playing time with the Pirates and the Giants. He's played for the Cardinals, Pirates, Giants, Yankees, Dodgers, and then back to the Cardinals last year. Let's see if he has never made it to the World Series or the All-Star game. Sam McDowell, he's 2 for 6 on the year. He has 1 double. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. That's Jose Cardenal. He walked in the first. He's hitting .194, 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. 3-1 pitch. Grounds it to short. Petrocelli's up with it to first. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cleveland in the second. Go to the bottom of the second. Cleveland 4, Boston 1. For Boston in the bottom of the second, it will be Russ Gibson, Dalton Jones, and Sonny Siebert. Russ Gibson hitting .147, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. Got Joe Askew now as part of the catching core, and they have rookie Jerry Moses as well. It's ground ball to short. Forsythe up with it to first. 1 out. Dalton Jones, first baseman, he's hitting .190. 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. They had Ken Harrelson playing first. Now Harrelson with Cleveland will probably move to the outfield. I doubt if he will move Tony Horton off first base. And it looks like Cleveland will might have Dick Ellsworth in the starting rotation and Juan Pizarro in the bullpen. Dalton Jones, 0-2 pitch, hits a grounder to third. Easy play for Elvis to first, 2 outs. Here's Sonny Siebert making his first appearance at the plate as a member of the Red Sox. 1-2 pitch. Hits grounder to third. Elvis with it to first. 3 outs. Nothing across for Boston in the second. We played 2, and Cleveland leads 4-1. So Russ Snyder, he's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Snyder, it's a fly ball to center. Reggie Smith is there. 1 out. Tony Horton, he's 0 for 1. He grounded to short. So off to a good start. He's hitting .343. Strike 3. Swung and missed at that one. That's Seaver's third strikeout of the game. Duke Sims walked in the first. Duke's hitting .200. He's 2 for 10 on the year. 1 home run, 1 run batted in. It's a 1-1 pitch. He grounds one into center field, base hit. Sims stops at first with a single. Here's Zoilo Versailles. Walked in the first, and that loaded the bases. It's a fly ball down the left field line. Yastrzemski's after it, but it's out of play. Strike 1. Versailles base hit to center field. Sims rounds second. He's heading for third. Smith throws it to the cutoff man. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Here's Vern Fuller. He gave his former teammate a rude welcome to Fenway Park today. He hit a grand slam in the first inning. At first, from my vantage point, it looked like it may have been off the wall, but it was off the net. Or possibly off the foul pole. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Hits a grounder to third. Scott is up with it. Over to first. And it's 3 outs. No runs. 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. Played 2.5 at Fenway. Cleveland leads Boston 4-1. For Boston, it'll be the top of the order. George Scott, Dick Schofield, and Reggie Smith. Cleveland is hoping to come out of this shortened 2-game series with a tie. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Scott. It's a base hit in the right center field. Cardinal and Snyder after it. They collided. And Scott stops at second with a double. Scott, after that poor season he had last year, he's off to a good start. Here's Dick Schofield, second baseman. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. The only strikeout of the game so far for McDowell. Outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Across the knees, strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. Schofield hits a line drive down the third base line, but that's foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a fastball. Schofield hits a ground ball up the middle. Fuller dives for it. Throws it first for the out. Scott moves to third. Here's Reggie Smith. He's 0 for 1. He flied to center in the first inning. First pitch, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, it's a curveball. Ball 2 outside. The 2-0 count. Smith swings and misses. Strike one. It's a 2-1 pitch. It's a curveball. High and inside. Ball three. 3 balls. 1 strike. 1 out. Runner on third. It's a fastball. Smith fouls it back. Full count. 1 out. Strike 3 called. It's McDowell's second strikeout of the game. 2 outs. George Scott on third, and here's Rico Petrocelli. He singled it in the first. He's 1 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's a line drive into left center. That makes it all the way to the wall. Scott scores. Petrocelli is in at second with a stand-up double. It'll make it 4-2 Boston. Tony Conigliaro, he's 1 for 1. Single in the first, scoring Scott. This is his comeback season, and he's off to a good start. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 1. The 1-1. It's a base hit into center field. He's going for second. He slides, he's safe with a double. Scoring Petrocelli. And that cuts Cleveland's lead to 4-3. 2 outs, runner on second, and here's Yastrzemski. He lined out the right in the first inning. Fouls it back, strike 1. Fouls this one back. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Fouls it back. Count remains at 0-2. Ball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a curveball. Low and outside, ball 2, 2-2. Well, swings. It's down the first base line, but it's out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Way inside, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Conigliaro on second. Breaking ball, inside, ball 4. And the Red Sox have runners on first and second. That's McDowell's first walk of the game. Sudden Sam. He won 24 games in 1965, the year that the Indians just got nosed out of the pennant. And since then, he's pitched good, but not at that level. He won 17 games in 66. Then the Indians had a terrible year in 67, and he was 12-20. And then last year, when Cleveland was finished in 5th place, but 2.5 games back, he was 15-17. But he had a 2.57 ERA, and the opposing batters only hit 196 against him. And he struck out 293 batters. Here's Russ Gibson. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short in the second inning. Curveball, high and outside, ball one. There's a changeup, outside, ball two. Swing and a miss, strike one. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball. It's a fly ball to center field. Cardinals under it, and he makes the catch. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. 2 left. After 3, the Indians lead the Red Sox 4-3. Hard to say whether McDowell or Sonny Siebert, for that matter, he got off to a rough start with the Indians. Whether they're having trouble adapting to the new mound, which has been lowered from 15 inches to 10 inches, and if the tightened up strike zone is affecting them as well. While not a strikeout pitcher at McDowell's level, Siebert had 183 strikeouts last year. He was 13-12 with a whip just a fraction over 1. The opposing hitters hit 168 off him. And he had an ERA at 2.63. His trouble last year was with bases on balls. He gave up 55 walks in 67, but in 68 he gave up 102 walks. And if him and McDowell had pitched at the level that they pitched in 65 or 66, the Indians may very well have won the pennant last year. But, that's too much of a what if. As it turned out, they finished in 5th place, but they were 2.5 games back, and they were in the race into the final weekend. They had nothing bad to look back on, I don't think. I think Alvin Dark felt the same way. For Cleveland, it'll be Elvis, Scheinblum, and McDowell in the 4th inning. Elvis is 0 for 1. He popped to the catcher. Elvis still has a bit of a nagging injury from spring training. Max had his career interrupted in 1964 when he had a bout of meningitis. But he came back from that. He played in 156 games in 65. It affected his hitting that year. He dropped from 288 to 247. Then in 66, he played in all but 1 game, and his batting average went right back up to 282. Played in every game in 67, and he had an injury-filled year last year, and he played in 94 games, and he hit 193. So Max is looking for a comeback year. It's a fly ball to left. That is going. Yastrzemski back. That is over the net. Home run for Max Elvis. That's his first home run of the year. Is that Lansdowne Street that he hit it on? And Cleveland increases their lead to 5-3. As Herb Score will tell you, no lead is safe at Fenway Park. You just cannot rest on you can't sit on a big league here. You have to just keep going. It's Richie Scheinblum. He grounded to second. It's 0 for 1. Here's a changeup. He pops it up to second. Schofield's under it. 1 out. Here's Sam McDowell. He struck out in the second. Sam's 2 for 7 on the year hitting. He's got 1 double. He's a better than average hitter for a pitcher. Swing and a miss. It's a foul tip, but Gibson hung on. Strike 3. It's Sonny Siebert's 4th strikeout of the game. Here's Jose Cardinal. He walked in the first, grounded out in the second. He's 0 for 1. It's a grounder to second. Schofield's up with it to first. 3 outs. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. Middle of the 4th, Cleveland leads 5-3. Here's Dalton Jones. Jones has eked out a pretty good career for himself in Boston. He's hit as high as 292 and 67. Last year in the year of the pitcher, he had 228. He's a good defense player. He's one of those role player types that Dick Williams likes to have on the bench. Or on the team, actually. Guys like Dalton Jones, Jerry Adair, Mike Andrews. On pitch, curveball. It's ground ball to short. For size, he popped out of his glove. Jones is safe on the error. That's Zoilo's 2nd error of the year. Cleveland's regular shortstop, Larry Brown, is out with an injury, but he's day-to-day. Sonny Siebert. So for 1, he grounded to third and a second. Siebert's a good bunter. Elvis and Horton move in, looking for the bunt. Here's the first pitch. Fastball. He bunts it to third. Elvis is up with it. Throws to Versailles at second. Jones took out Versailles, so he wasn't able to make a throw to first. Siebert's on first. 1 out. George Scott. He singled in the first, doubled in the third. It's a fly ball right. Russ Snyder is there. He's got it. 2 outs. Here's Dick Schofield. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded to second. Grounded to second, but he advanced George Scott so that he had a productive out. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's the 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs. Fastball. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Another fastball. Low and away. Ball 2. McDowell with the 2-2 pitch. Schofield grounds it down the third base line, but it's foul. Count remains 2-2. It's fastball, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Siebert on first, he'll be going with the pitch. It's fastball. It's fly ball down the left field line. Shine Bloom after it, but it makes the seats. Count remains full. 2 outs. Fastball, ball 4. That's McDowell's second walk of the game. Siebert on second, Schofield on first. And here's Reggie Smith. He's 0 for 2. Fly to center and struck out. It's a curveball. Outside, ball 1. Up and in, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. It's fly ball down the left field line. Shine Bloom to the after it, but it makes the seats. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Strike 2 called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Curveball. It's a fly ball to center. Cardinel's there, and he's got it. No runs, no hits, 1 error. 2 left. We played 4 at Fenway Park. Cleveland 5, Boston 3. Let's take a look around the leagues. Several doubleheaders today. Later on today, the Boston Bruins are in the NHL East Finals against Montreal. Boston has a 2-0 lead in that series, and whoever wins that series will go on to play for the Stanley Cup against the winner of the Oakland Seals and St. Louis Blues series. Montreal on the top of the 5th. Cubs and Expos are tied at 1. That's Hands against Roberts. In Washington, bottom of the 5th, Baltimore leads 3-0. That's Hall against Bosman. How would you like to be Ted Williams? Signs as the manager of the Senators, to a lot of fanfare. He's in a new divisional setup, which will increase the chances for races, they said. He's in the AL East. Baltimore has won their first 12 games in a row. They're 12-0 on the season. The season is not even 2 weeks old yet. And Williams and the Senators are already 10 games back. They have a 2-10 record, and they're 10 games back, and with less than 2 weeks in. I wonder what he's feeling about that. That is just unbelievable. In New York, it's top of the 6th at Yankee Stadium. The Tigers lead the Yankees 4-0. Northrop has his 3rd home run. That's Denny McLain against last year's Rookie of the Year, Stan Bonson. Denny McLain won the Cy Young Award last year against the Rookie of the Year from last year. McLain's 2-0. The Tigers are obviously looking for some payback against the Yankees. Tigers finished a game out last year, tied for 2nd with Boston. In Philadelphia, the Pirates lead the Phillies 1-0. Jose Pagan hit his first home run. It's Doc Ellis against Woody Fryman. Pittsburgh wants to take their World Series win from last year and just keep right on rolling. In Cincinnati, the bottom of the 5th, Braves and Reds are tied, 3 apiece. Alex Johnson of the Reds has his first home run. That's Ron Reed against Tony Cloninger. Cloninger seems like he may be back from the arm trouble that's plagued him for the last couple of years. In Kansas City, the top of the third, the Royals are leading the A's 1-0. That's Hunter against Bill Butler. The Royals fans are probably enjoying seeing the A's losing, although I don't think the Royals fans dislike the Oakland A's team as such, as much as it's Charlie O'Finley that they despise. Especially with the A's playing so long in Kansas City, never having a winning record. Then they moved to Oakland, their first year in Oakland. They finished 2 games out for the pennant. That had to be kind of hard to swallow for the Kansas City fans. In St. Louis, at the top of the third, the Cardinals lead the Mets 1-0. Gary Gentry against Bob Gibson. In Chicago, the Seattle Pilots lead the White Sox 4-2. Gale Hopkins of Chicago gets his third home run. That's Gary Bell, former Cleveland Indian, pitching against Joe Horland. And in Minnesota, the Angels lead the Twins 2-0. Tom Egan getting his first home run for the Angels. That's Tom Murphy against Jim Perry. And here at Fenway Park, in the top of the fifth, it'll be Russ Snyder, Tony Horton, and Duke Sims for the Indians. Snyder's 0-2. He struck out and flied to center. It's a 1-2 pitch. It's a liner in the center field, base hit. Gaz is up with it. Throws it back in. Snyder has a single. It's Tony Horton. He's 0-2. He grounded to short and struck out. Throw to first. Snyder's back. Tony Horton, he came over to Cleveland from Boston in the 1960s. In fact, it was 1967 trade that sent Gary Bell to Boston. And with Cleveland, he had 290 in 67 in 110 games. And last year, he had some injuries. Played in 106 games. In the year of the pitcher, he had 252, 13 home runs. Tony's a very intense kid who takes it very hard when he doesn't perform up to his standards. Elvin Dark is always talking to him, trying to make him understand that he's not going to get a hit every time he's up. Swing and a miss, strike one. Tony plays the game with an extreme amount of intensity. Strike 2 called. And sometimes he gets so worried and worked up that Alvin Dark will have him sit out a game just to try to keep him on an even keel. The 0-2 pitch is fastball. Pops it back. Gibson's there, but he can't make the play on it. Count remains 0-2. Curveball outside, ball one. One ball, two strikes. No, nobody out. Snyder on first. Ball away, ball two. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike three, swing and a miss. Horton strikes out, and that's the first out. Duke Sims is up. He's 1 for 1. He walked in the first, singled in the third. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 pitch, curveball. High and inside, ball one. One ball, one strike, one out. Up and away, ball two. Two balls, one strike. Simpson's slow roller down to first. Jones is up with it. Takes it himself. 2 outs, and Russ Snyder takes second. Here's Zoilo Versailles. He's 1 for 1. He walked in the first, singled in the third. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. There's a fastball. Pops it up, first base side. Jones is after it, but it makes the seats. Strike two, no balls, 2 strikes. It's curveball, strike 3. It's called out on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Go to the middle of the 5th, and it is Cleveland 5, Boston 3. For Boston in the bottom of the 5th, it will be Rico Petrocelli, Tony Conigliaro, and Carl Yastrzemski. Here's Petrocelli, he's 2 for 2. Single to left center, and double off the wall in the 3rd inning, scoring George Scott. The 0-2 pitch, it's a grounder to short. Versailles up with it to Horton. 1 out. Tony Conigliaro. Tony C's 2 for 2. Single to the first, driving in George Scott. Double in the 3rd, scoring Rico Petrocelli. 2 for 2 today, and he has 2 runs batted in. He's hitting .412 on the year. It's a grounder to 3rd. Alvis up with it to first. 2 outs. Carl Yastrzemski, is line to right in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. He's hitting .219, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. It's off to a bit of a slow start, but he will probably put it together sooner rather than later. It's the 0-2 pitch. It's fly ball to center. Cardinals there. And he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Boston in the 5th. We played 5. Cleveland 5, Boston 3. It's the top of the 6th. Cleveland has 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They've left 3 on base. Boston has 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They've left 6. For Cleveland, it'll be Vern Fuller, Max Elvis, and Richie Scheinblum. Fuller's 1 for 2 today. He hit a grand slam in the 1st inning. Out, fastball, grounder is short. Petrocelli's up with it. To first, 1 out. Max Elvis, he's 1 for 2. He hit a home run way out of here in the fourth inning. One for 2. He's hitting 350. Just like Tony Conigliaro, this is something of a comeback season for him as well. The 0-2 pitch, he pops it up. Petrocelli's there. 2 outs. It's Richie Scheinblum. He's 0 for 2 today, hitting 200. The Indians have a lot of confidence in Richie Scheinblum that he will develop into a top-tier outfielder for them. 2-1 pitch. He lines a base hit into center field. That'll bring up Sam McDowell. Sudden Sam is 0 for 2 today. He struck out twice. Sam's hitting 280 or 250 on the season. He's 2 for 8 with 1 double. Gibson goes out to talk to Siebert. Fouls it back, strike 1. Jose Cardinal on deck. Checks his swing, but it's in there, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Strike 3 called. That's McDowell's 3rd strikeout today and the 7th for Sonny Siebert. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 5.5 innings, Cleveland 5, Boston 3. For Boston in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be Russ Gibson, Dalton Jones, Sonny Siebert. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gibson. It's grounded to short. Versailles up with it. To first, 1 out. Dalton Jones, 0 for 2. Grounded to third, and he was safe on an error. The 0-1 pitch. Hits one into the gap. Left center. Got past Scheinblum. And Jones is on second with a double. That's his first double of the season. Sonny Siebert. And they're calling Sonny Siebert back. And Mike Andrews will come in to pinch hit. Mike Andrews is hitting .324, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, he's 1 for 1 with a home run. That was against Baltimore. One out, runner on second. Andrews catches the corner, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Andrews sings, base hit to center field. Cardinal up with it. Jones rounds third, but he's holding. Runners at the corners, 1 out. George Scott, so 2 for 3 today. Single on the infield. Double in the third. Flight out to deep right. Just like Conigliaro and Elvis, this is a comeback season for him as well. He's hitting .325. Here's the pitch. Ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Grounds it down the first baseline. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's a grounder to third. Alvis up with it. To Fuller at second. No throw to first. Andrews took out Fuller. Jones scored. And it's 5-4 Boston. 5-4 Cleveland. Here's Dick Schofield. He is 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out, and walked. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. It's a ground ball to first. Horton up with it. He'll take it to first himself. And that's all for Boston in the 6th. One run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 6, Boston 5, Cleveland 5, Boston 4. Coming in to pitch for Boston is Sparky Lyle. Lyle's pitched 5 2/3 innings. This year he's given up 6 hits, 1 home run, walked 3, struck out 4. Has no record, ERA of 3.18. This is Lyle's 3rd year with Boston. He had 8 saves last year. For Cleveland in the 7th, it'll be Cardinal, Snyder, and Horton. 2-0 pitch on Cardinal. Grounds it to first. Jones is up with it. 1 out. Here's Russ Snyder. He's 1 for 3. Struck out, flied out the right center. Singled in the 5th. It's a grounder back to the pitcher. Lyle up with it. Takes his time. Throws the first. 2 out. It's Tony Horton. 0 for 3. Grounded is short. And he struck out twice. Full count. Ball 4. Horton walks. Here's Duke Sims. He's 1 for 2. Walked, singled, and grounded to first. Sims is one of those left-handed batters that doesn't do too badly against left-handed pitching. His first pitch inside, ball 1. Zoilo Versailles on deck. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a breaking ball. At the knee, strike 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a fastball. High and outside, ball 2. Strike 2, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Horton on first. Outside, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Horton on first. Be going with the pitch. It's a fastball. Sims pops it up. Jones under it. makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We've reached the seventh inning stretch, and it's Cleveland 5, Boston 4. For Boston in the seventh, there'll be Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, Tony Conigliaro. Smith is over 3. Flied out, struck out, and flied out. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 at the belt. Strikeout number 3 for McDowell. McDowell, he's got the velocity. The strikeouts just aren't coming today. The winds have died down here. And it's temperature's gone up a little bit. Just want to give a shout out and congratulations. Today is April 20th, 1969. And it's my parents' 6th wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Here's Rico Petrocelli. He's 2 for 3. Singled in the first, doubled in the third, drove in George Scott, grounded to short. He's 2 for 3 as drove in a run today. 1 out. 2-0 pitch. It's a fly ball to left. Scheinblum's going after it. Down the left field line. That is a home run into the net for Rico Petrocelli. That's home run number 3 for Petrocelli, and the game is tied 5-5. One out. Here's Tony Conigliaro. He's 2 for 3. Singled in the first, drove in Scott, double in the third, drove in Petrocelli. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs, and here's Yastrzemski. 0 for 2, he lined out, walked, and flied to deep left center. Yaz off to a slow start this year. Strike 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. But they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left, and after 7, we're tied at 5. For Cleveland in the 8th, it'll be Versailles, Fuller, and Elvis. Versailles 1 for 2. Walked, singled, and struck out. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. He's called out on strikes. 1 out. Vern Fuller, 1 for 3 today. He had a grand slam in the first inning. Elvis on deck, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Sparky Lyle. Here's Max Elvis. He's 1 for 3. He hit a long home run in the 4th inning. 2-0 pitch. It's fly ball down the left field line. Yaz is there, and he's got it. Nothing across for Cleveland in the 8th. We're tied at 5. Bottom of the 8th, it's 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 left for Cleveland. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 7 left for Boston. Boston will have Gibson, Jones, and most likely a pinch hitter for Lyle. Here's Gibson. It's a grounder to third. Elvis up with it. 1 out. Dalton Jones, he's 1 for 3. He doubled off the wall in his 6th. It's a grounder to short. Versailles up with it to first. 2 out. Pinch hitting for Sparky Lyle will be rookie Jerry Moses. Moses is 0 for 4 this year. He appeared in 1 game last season, had 1 at bat, got a hit. This year he had 1 start this year. He was 0 for 4 with a walk. Jerry Moses grew up in the same area that George Scott did. Mississippi, I believe. It's the 0-2 pitch. It's fly ball to center. Cardinals there. 3 outs. Nothing across for Boston in the 8th. At the end of 8, we're tied at 5. Coming in to pitch for Boston is Vicente Romo, who a couple days ago was pitching for Cleveland. He was sent over to Cleveland last year from the Dodgers. Pitched 1 game for the Dodgers. Then for Cleveland, he was in 49 games. Had a record of 6-3 with 16 saves. Had a 197 ERA. Opposing hitters at 159 against him. Walked 43, had 53 strikeouts. He and Horacio Pena were 2 good acquisitions that the Indians had from the Mexican League last year. For Cleveland, it'll be Scheinblum, McDowell, and Cardinal. Scheinblum was 1 for 3. Grounded to second, popped to second, and singled in the 6th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Changeup, and he caught Scheinblum way early. Pitch hitting for McDowell. Be Lee May. Lee May's hitting 400 on the season. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting 500 with 1 run batted in. He's 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter with 2 walks and 1 run batted in. Lee May, who moonlights as a singer. Warming up for Cleveland is Stan Williams. May 2-0 count. May hits it in the right field, base hit. Canigliaro's up with it. And coming in to run will be the Hawk, Ken Harrelson, who 2 days ago was a member of the Red Sox. Jose Cardinal, he's 0 for 3 today. He walked and had 3 ground outs. They're guarding the lines. He pops it up to short. Petrocelli's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Or 2 outs. Oh. Russ Snyder, 1 for 4. Struck out, flied out, singled in the 5th, and grounded the pitcher. Inside, ball 1. Throw to first. Harrelson's back. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. There goes Harrelson. Snyder with the throw. Harrelson is safe. Harrelson gets his first stolen base. Puts himself in scoring position. Snyder fouls one down the first base line. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's a fly ball to center. Smith going back, and he's got it right at the wall. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 5. Ken Harrelson will stay in the game in right field. Stan Williams will come in to pitch. He'll bat in the second position. Harrelson's already out there chatting it up with the fans in Williamsburg. Bottom of the 9th will be George Scott, Dick Schofield, and Reggie Smith. Scott is 2 for 4. Singled in the first, doubled in the third. Fly to deep right. Grounded to third in the 6th. Scoring a run. He's 2 for 4 with 1 run batted in today. And he scored twice. 0-2 pitch. It's a fly ball to left. Shine Bloom under it. 1 out. Stan Williams, so far this season, has an 0-2 record, ERA of 7. He's pitched 17 2/3 innings, given up 23 hits, 7 home runs. Nine walks and 18 runs, 18 strikeouts. He's given up at least 1 home run every time he's pitched. This is his 5th appearance. He had 3 appearances where he gave up 2 home runs and 1 appearance where he gave up 1 home run. This is his 4th appearance against Boston. And he's given up 6 home runs against the Red Sox. 4 in Cleveland. And 2 when he started Friday night. Dick Schofield's over 3. 1 out. Lines 1 in center field. Cardinal up with it. Schofield doesn't stop going around first, slides into second with a double. And they're going to bring in Sid O'Brien to pinch run for Dick Schofield. One out, runner on second. And they're going to intentionally walk Reggie Smith. Looking for the double play. Or a force out. And here's Rico Petrocelli. 3 for 4 today, singled in the first. Double off the wall in third, scoring George Scott. And he had a solo home run in the seventh that tied the game. Rico's hitting .306. 3 home runs, 9 runs batted. He's a triple for the cycle. Inside corner, strike one. Outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's a curveball. It's a fly ball to center. Cardinals under it. Catches it for the out, and O'Brien and Smith will hold. 2 outs, runners on first and second. We're tied in the bottom of the ninth. Tony Conigliaro, he's 2 for 4. Singled in the first, scoring George Scott. Doubled in the third, scored Rico Petrocelli. He's 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in today. Nope, they're calling him back. And Joe LaHood is going to pinch hit. Joe LaHood is 2 for 3 on the season. Each of his appearances has been as a pinch hitter. He's 2 for 3. He scored 1 run. He's got 2 walks. Been an effective pinch hitter so far. Yaz is on deck. Fastball. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. We're tied in the bottom of the ninth. Strike 3. Swing and a miss, and Williams gets out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left. We're going to extra innings. Cleveland 5, Boston 5. In the 10th inning for Cleveland will be Tony Horton, Duke Sims, Zoilo Versalles. Horton's 0 for 3 today. 0-2 count. Strike 3. Called out as he struck out 3 times today. Here's Duke Sims. He's 1 for 3. Walk, single, grounded to first, popped to first. Size on deck. 1 and 2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. That's Vicente Romo's 3rd strikeout. Zoilo Versalles, 1 for 3. Walked, singled, struck out, and struck out. Grounder to first. Jones racing him to the bag. Bang, bang, call, and Versalles is out. Nothing across for Cleveland in the 10th. Go to the bottom of the 10th, tied at 5. Boston in the bottom of the 10th will be Yastrzemski, Gibson, and Jones. Yaz is 0 for 3. 0-1 pitch. It's a fly ball to right. Going back. Harrelson back. Going back. It's off the... No! It's a home run. Yaz homers in the bottom of the 10th. And wins it for the Red Sox. 6-5. Looked to me like it was going to hit the wall, and it just cleared it. Final totals, Boston. 6 runs, 7 hit. Oh, my God. Oh. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Cleveland, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Romo gets the win. He's 1-0 in his first appearance with Boston. Stan Williams takes the loss. He's 0-3. Boston left 9. Cleveland left 6. Hit a grand slam home run in the first. Elvis hit a solo home run in the fourth. Petrocelli hit a solo home run in the 7th that tied the game. And Yaz hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 10th to win the game. Sudden Sam pitched 8 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 1 home run. He walked 2. He struck out 5. Threw a lot of strikes today. But I don't know if it's the condensed strike zone. This is the type of game, in years past, he probably would have had 10 strikeouts. 135 pitches, he threw 100 strikes. Stan Williams, his rough season continues. He pitched 1 inning plus, gave up 2 hits, 1 run earned. That was Yaz's game-winning home run. He walked 1, he struck out 1. For Boston, Sonny Siebert made his first appearance with the Red Sox. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 home runs, walked 3, struck out 7. He had good stuff today, but he was having a little trouble with his control. Sparky Lyle pitched 2 innings. He walked 1 and struck out 2. And Vicente Romo, first appearance with Boston. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 3. Time of the game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. I apologize for all my gaffes during the game. Sometimes I think I am talking too fast. Boston raises their season record to 4-7, while Cleveland's season record falls to 3-7. Time of the game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. That's all for Cleveland Indians baseball, and thank you for watching.